Ivan. I've been all around the globe trying to protect your soul. Nightmares creep while you and me repeat. This bittersweet heat is suffocating. I'm waiting and always hesitating. Kryptonite desires set my heart afire. Heart on fire. Set my heart afire. With crimson secrets and forbidden bliss, can't stay still, don't stop that thrill. My bones crave your skin, temptation within, mistakes ignite the silence. Nightmares creep.
Hello, guys. Welcome back to today's live stream. Today, we're going to be watching Full Please versus Eternity in the setups format in Barda matchmaking. Commentating alongside me is Ben. Welcome, Ben.
Thank you. How are you doing today?
I'm doing great. Really excited to see what goes down here.
Absolutely, two of the best first league clans
Indeed.
battling for an important group stage.
Yep. And both the teams have already pulled the flag within 30 seconds of the begin. And yeah, they're now going for the return. It looks like AJK might be able to get the return. Bin Laden.
And he
Wait, I'm
is.
sorry. I'm sorry, I pronounced that name wrong. Burn Dallin gets a return. A really good shot there. Gets a triple kill and allowing his team to get the return. No one's actually capping their flag for some reason. But yeah, on Eternity we have Abatis, Marcos, Raf, LBJ, Oscar, and Advice.
Wow, it looks like they just didn't realize that they still had flag and base. But it
Or
looks like they're pulling again, so it shouldn't be too big a deal. Although Avatis is also pulling.
yep. You want to quickly introduce the players full, please?
Yeah. On full please, we have Bin Dalm, AJK, Easy Solo, Rom, Ware, and Formative.
Yep. And now we have Easy Solo, who is in the standoff position for blue base. He's getting ganged up by
He's in trouble.
three people. Yep. He's done well so far. They have taken out the Isida.
Wow, well done. That's impressive. 1v4 and he still manages to stay alive.
Very good indeed.
It's interesting here. It looks like both teams want their Vulcan to hold the flag. Um, it's an important decision because you want a long range turret that also does a lot of damage.
That is true.
So that
Yeah, as you say,
yeah,
the
exactly.
full please just switches their flag carrier from a Rico to Vulcan. That is very true.
Yep. And it looks like on the other side, Avatis might be in trouble. If Ware can get his hammer shot in, he might be able to return.
Oh, the flag's dropped.
Oh,
Oh,
so
Marcos
close.
gets it before him. That's very close.
Yeah. You know, Barda is a map where we're going to see a lot of standoffs just because of the way that the spawns are set up.
Yeah.
Blue side spawns almost as close to red flag as red side does, as does, and the same is true for the other side.
Yep, indeed. And also the standoff positions are quite nicely defended, so they are going to be quite long of standoffs. Now we see
Absolutely.
FT's coming in from behind, and Formative has no help left. Where can come in and help and he does have Vulcan protection, so he's going to be able to hold down that flag for some decent amount of time.
Yep. Meanwhile, on the other side, we have Bin Dallin. Bim Dallin. I'm gonna have trouble pronouncing that all stream.
Yep.
Going
Yeah.
for uh, yeah, with Gauss, which is an interesting decision. I haven't seen Gauss used a whole lot in setups.
Yeah, very true. Mostly it gets canceled out, but I'm really interested to see like things like Gauss and a Magnum and Striker. You just love them. Love to see them being used way more often than before. Now
Meanwhile,
this could
Advice and
be.
Avatine managed to return the flag, and that's going to be
Yep.
a capture.
Wow. Yeah. That there's a capture from coming in by Marcos, putting Eternity in the lead by 1-0.
And LBJ might be pulling again, although Ware on the other side is also going to pull flag. It looks like. Interesting choice. Advice for Eternity is using the Smoky and Fire module or alteration, but they also have a Smoky in Marcos who's using the fast
The autocannon.
the autocannon one.
Yep. Two Smokies, that's not been seen before. We definitely see two close range turrets like two Hammers or two Firebirds, but two Smokies, I've seen that for the first time.
Yeah,
That is,
Smoky. Sorry,
yeah,
go ahead.
we could say that for Eternity because I think both of them were actually a decent Smoky players in light formats when they were back in Penguins.
They were, yes, for sure.
Yep.
It's interesting though. It looks like uh, blue side has 5, maybe 6 players with smoky protection. So their smokies might not be all that effective.
That is true. But at the same time, other people can take advantage of that and get, maybe someone does not have someone on the red does not have a protection on the other hand, which they can take a great advantage of. Right now
That's
we
fair.
see LBJ and Ref going for an attack. Oh, but
And
they
on the
have
other
been
side,
separated.
Bim Dallin is also pulling the flag. But it looks like blue base is mostly clear other than Avatis. This could be a cap. Wow, look at that. Avatis manages to clear all 3 defenders and
Yep.
manages to pull the flag. And it looks like we might have another standoff here.
Ooh, where is in a good
Ware coming
position?
from behind.
Wow, good shot by Ben Dallin.
See,
Clearing
that's
that
the
Isda and
effectiveness of
Avatis.
Gauss.
Yeah, Avatis gets that flag really nicely there. He is out of first aid though, but Bin Dallin just doing crazy amounts of damage from that long range.
Although because friendly fire is on, he also ended up killing Ware, which might not have been ideal. Ware might have
True.
been able to get that return had Gauss not
Yeah.
dealt so much damage.
Yep. That is true. But yeah, but with a good, it is a great turret. You have to use the long range, like the lock on shots, because other than that, it's basically just like a less powered Smoky, I would say. Now, right now, not looking good for full please. They are getting heavily damaged here. I think Easy Solo will be able to pick that flag up, and he does against 3 other defenders. Now,
Wow,
he has managed to stay alive with the flag. There is also a first aid kid remaining in their base to help them out with future defenses.
great save from Easy Solo.
Indeed, now he's going to get back to the flag here. Still in the standoff positions, both of them. Raf is looking kind of weak. I think he's going to run out of supplies there. Informative is going to go for an attack. So comes Where. This does not look good for Eternity.
Easy Solo managed to get away the first time when he had 4 players on him,
Ooh,
but this time he doesn't manage to.
yeah,
However,
that's true.
blue side also returns the flag with 3 players attacking the flag, so the standoff position doesn't result in a capture by either side.
That is true. Maybe if they had coordinated a bit better, they could have started moving Easy Solo earlier. But nevertheless, it is still 1-0 in the favor of Eternity. 2 minutes left. There is still time for comeback.
There is. Do you think either side has an advantage with the turrets or hulls that they're using?
I believe hulls shouldn't matter, but one thing for sure that full please does not have an Isida, and on the other hand, we have Eternity who are using two of the same turrets. So yeah, I mean, it is kind of balanced out, you know. Two turrets means more protections against the same turret for easy, like easy selection of protections. But on the same side, they also have an Isida supporting them. But I would have, if I was given that choice, I would definitely let one person be a Gauss in my team for sure.
Yeah, for sure. But your Gauss player definitely needs to be an intelligent one because of that friendly fire aspect.
Yep,
And here, Ware is pulling. He drops off to Rom, but um, but on the other side, blue team are also struggling with defense, and Roth is pulling again. So yet again, I think this is the third or fourth time we've seen a standoff position.
that is true. Oscar, he's done good damage, but Rom with the first aid is able to stay alive. Although LBG6 also coming in,
And
and
that
looks like
Isida
easy
does the
solo. Oh
most damage.
no! Bin Dalen killed his own teammate and allowing LBG to get the return.
Wow. See, that's
That's
the
what.
problem with Gauss.
Yeah, exactly. He did good damage to kill him, but it wasn't good enough, and instead he killed his own teammate.
All of a sudden, it's 2-0 Eternity, and it looks like they've
Wow.
managed to win the first round.
Yeah, that was not the best of ideas to get the lockdown shot. I mean, right now when he is in the open and there's no one around, he's using normal shots, and when he did have the opportunity, he shot the lockdown shot. So there are trades off of high damage turrets, and that was one of them.
Absolutely. Wow.
All right.
An entertaining first round, though, for sure.
Yep, very true. All right, so first round is going to go to Eternity with a score lead of 2-0, which means if will have one round advantage over Full Police. So next round, even if they get a draw, they can still get 3 points. Now we'll be opening the forum, and you guys can enter nicknames. The link to enter your nicknames will be in the video's live stream's description. And also, in the meantime, before we begin with the next round, if you guys do have any other questions for us, make sure to let us know, and we'll do our best to answer them.
Eternity is one of the best clans in First League, and
Yep.
and it seems like they've shown that so far in the first round. They've really been coordinating well. Every time they go for an attack or go to return the flag, I've seen three, maybe even four guys going together. And coordination is one of the biggest factors in a team's success in every single
Yep.
format, but especially a format like this.
Yeah, when everyone has different turrets and different predictions, you really do need to uh, coordinate with your team. And there is one thing that Eternity in particular does really good, that in a situation where the enemy defenders are having good protections, they switch up the entire attackers in order to get an advantage over the defenders. That is one thing that they have done before, and they are still doing, which is pretty good. And I do think that that is really the reason they win a lot.
Absolutely, that's really important, especially in a format like this in setups where you can't change equipment during the match.
Yeah.
It'll be interesting to see how Full Please attempt to recover and maybe change their tactics up. Do you think Barda has a distinct advantage in this format with either side?
No, I actually, one of the things I said last stream was this is one of the only few maps which is not symmetrical and has, is more balanced.
That's for sure. I would say in other formats that may not be the case in Barda, but for this format, that's
Yeah,
definitely
very
true.
true. Yep. I think I spotted AJK on a Hornet before, but he has changed to Viking now. It would have been interesting. Oh, actually, that was the wrong person. Actually, Sam Grand was the one that I spotted, and he is on a Hornet using. Wow. another unusual augment. We see the plasma torch for Ricochet, which means he's going to be going close range combats only, but he's going to be able to do good damage. As I speak, we have Raph pulling alone, but is LBG going to get to the flag? No, and where is able to get the return?
Meanwhile, Advice is in trouble in defense. Oh, never mind. Somehow, without any drugs, he manages to kill the full drugs blue player. Or
Yep. And we have Formative pulling right now. Samgran doing good damage even without any supplies, but not quite enough.
and a nice drop off to Rom. Meanwhile, and it looks like this might be a capture.
Yep, they're doing good defense. Full Please might just get the lead right here, and they do.
That was
Incredibly,
really nice
just
attack.
yeah, that is true. And like just with just above a minute, they are in the lead. Now LBJ helping out Raft, but good block by Easy Solo gets the kill.
Semgran coming in with that Rico alteration, but or augment rather, but uh, there's only so much he can do with Hornet.
That is true. I mean, previously when there is a what's Mag? Yeah, he's definitely a great Magnum player. We have seen that before many times, but right now with Rico and that close range plasma torch, I don't think he's doing that great, especially in a map this big. I don't think that's the best of the choice that he could have made.
It'll be interesting to see how he does when he's coordinating with other players though, because Rico does with that alteration has the potential to deal a whole lot of damage really fast.
Yeah, that is one very good advantage of using that alteration. Now Oscar and Sam Grant coming in for an attack. LBJ does not have his attack buddy Raf, who is actually coming on the other side. Might be able to get a jump on Rom and get going with the flag.
And
Rom does notice here.
Rom doesn't have twins protection or a health kit, so this should be a pull unless Formative can block him.
He does, and Raf still has first aid. Is he going to be able to drop the flag down? He does, but Ben Dallin should be able to get the return here. That
And no one
leaves
there.
Rom the only person in the defense. Now, good chance for LBJ, but good luck for Full Please getting easy solo and formative both in the defensive position there.
Meanwhile, Semgrand proves the power of his Rico augment with Advice helping to return that flag.
Yep, very true. And he is on a Hornet, so he can get to the other side of the map pretty quickly.
You know, that's an interesting thought about the Hornet is because it's so fast, it might have been chosen by Eternity because of the amount of standoffs. You know, there's
Yep,
the flag is always being taken in Barda, so perhaps Hornet is a good choice to try to return the flag quickly and recover.
yep. We have seen it. I think it was Mr. Wanka that I saw earlier use it, but he was on a Firebird. So that definitely shows that Hornet is usually used on close range turrets. This time with Rico, but with a close range alteration. Now Raf doing an attack alone. He's done great amount of damage, but unable to take the flag.
And Easy
LBG
Solo does
6.
have that health kit there.
Yep. They have done great defense right now. I don't think there has been many pulls by Eternity so far.
I will say
Actually,
Eternity has
Sam
also
Gran.
been. Oh man, just as you were saying,
Yep. Sam Gran does have help from LBJ. He's going to drop the flag to Raf here. On
and
the other
Advice
hand,
might need
Rom
help.
is pulling.
Just
Oh, he's
manages
able
to
to take
turn.
it out. Oh, and looks like Raf is going to be able to capture this and equalize the score. As we speak, also Full Please is going to start pulling again, but looks like good spawn point for Advice is going to help them defend that pretty well. Actually, Format is still there to get the flag, but Advice doing good job blocking them.
Advice has been playing really well in defense,
I think mostly he has been the solo defense most of the times.
which is an interesting decision because he's using Smokey, and as we said before, almost everyone on Full Please has Smokey protection.
Yeah, no, actually, that has been changed now. They only have one smoking now. Although that alteration not the best choice for defense, but he still is doing pretty well with it.
4 minutes remaining. Still plenty of time for Eternity to equalize or even capture 2 flags. But they
That
might
is
need
true.
help in defense right now. Ware and Formative are taking the flag.
Raph has been killed, and Ware is gonna start pulling. Advice gets a decent spawn, and Ware goes on a mine, so that's gonna be a
Oh
return
man.
because Avatis is already on the other side.
Meanwhile,
That
Semgrand with that Rico Hornet again is pulling.
wow, and he just storms across the base. He's already back into his own base, gonna drop the flag down to Oscar.
Oh, and nice route taken by Oscar to avoid AJK.
Yup,
Meanwhile,
easy
Avatis is doing a
solo.
really nice job of blocking.
Easy solo coming in. He's doing great damage, and LBG6 is just holding that spacebar down. Looks like he is going to be able to get the return and a capture here. Wow, that's going to put Eternity in lead with just 3.5 minutes left. Now the pressure is on Full Police. They need 2 more flags in order to get 1 point out of the first 2 rounds.
Do you expect Eternity to go full defense here, or do you think they should still continue to attack?
I definitely think that they are going to keep attacking for sure, but not as frequently because they obviously know that they are in the lead like by a good mile now. Considering that if they win this, they're going to get 2 victories, which out of them, I mean, they are already going to get 3 points anyway. So, yeah, I think they're still going to go ahead and try. Like, we saw that yesterday too. If you stop attacking, just go full defense, that's not going to work out. You still have to keep some pressure on as well.
I agree. I think we'll see maybe 3 or 4, probably 4 of their players defending, or at least pushing on the right side, whereas only 1 or 2 of their players will attack.
Well, actually, we're seeing the quite opposite right now. Advice, LBJ, Oscar, and Sam are actually in the opponent base right now. On the other hand, we have Rom, who's got the flag, but Advice is going to stop him for quite some decent amount of time.
Rom with
Brindalan
just
able to
DP.
help him out. There is a Nitro right behind him. Where is going to pick up the flag. Alati's coming in the middle. He can pick up the flag here.
Can Oscar get there in time?
Oscar and Advice are in a good position here.
He's just got to get away as
I
quickly as
think this
possible.
might be a
Oscar,
return for Eternity though, because Formative has no help on him.
yeah, and Oscar has a chance to get a capture here. Although AJK coming in now, as is Ware, so it doesn't look like it'll be a capture, um, but we might have another standoff.
Yeah, actually, Sam Grant is already holding down the stand-up position for Full Please, so it will be very difficult. Actually, we see Raf and LBG6 coming in to get a gank on EJK, and they're able to kill him.
But
And on the other hand, Ware is also able to get a return.
yeah, it seems like it's really difficult to both protect your flag in a standoff and get a return.
Yep.
Just
So
54 seconds left. Time for a final push by Full Please.
yep, but the fact that they need 2 flags in order to get a win and a 1 point out of the first 2 rounds, I don't think that they're going to be able to do so.
They
Still,
won't be
they
able to.
can actually go and try and get a draw here. Why not? But at this point, it doesn't look so likely.
Yeah, and Eternity have recovered well from that first flag and have been playing really well on this map.
Yeah,
Rom might capture here, but it's not going to be enough.
yeah, 6 seconds left, and Raf just does a good job at blocking him, and Sam Brand just does not let anything happen. Now we're
Yeah,
gonna be picking up the winners for the first thingy. So, guys, we will be. All right, so the winners are being picked right now. All right, so the winners are Unsatisfying, Saw Laser XXX, and Rico 1988. Congratulations, guys! You will be receiving your promo code in your 4 p.m. Make sure you have logged on to the 4 p.m. The login is same as your login in Tanki, and yeah, just have a look out for it in the next 1 or 2 days.
Man, congratulations. I'm always jealous of those promo codes.
Yeah. Yep, we're gonna be opening the forum once again. Eternity one. So Eternity has from first 2 rounds, 3 points from 2-0. All right, guys. So we're now going to be switching maps. I think I'm not sure because the players are still on the same map, so we might see another 2 rounds of Barda. But nevertheless, one thing for sure that they are going to be switching equipment. So there might be some equipments that they are able to use, which help them get win. Maybe Full Please gets the next 2 rounds win, and they get 3 points as well. We'll see in a bit. But in the meantime, if you guys do have any questions for us, as I said before, please let us know, and we'll do our best to answer them. All right. We still don't have any link, so we're still unaware of what map are we gonna be playing. I think we do have time to pick the winners. I think.
Yeah, I think we should pick winners now. Oh, not yet. Okay.
Just in a minute, we will shall be picking the winners because I'm quite sure the next round beginning is gonna take some time. All right, we have the list right here.
It looks like the players have rejoined the map, so maybe we'll be playing Barda again for the next 2 rounds.
Yep, indeed, it could be. Let's see. Do we see any difference of turrets? I do see a Magnum and a Freeze.
Yep. A Railgun, Magnum, Freeze, Smoky Vulcan. So Avatis. So about half the turrets have changed.
All right, so the winners for the second thingy are Buffers, Ziboni 20, I think that's how you say it, and Vivek. Congratulations, guys. You will be receiving your promo codes very soon. Okay, so yeah, it does look like they are going to be playing Barda again.
Meanwhile, Bim Dallin is staying with his Gauss,
True,
and
and
Ware
also,
stays with his hammer.
yep, and also we are not seeing any difference of players either. I think Marcos has now joined in place of a device. No, device is also here. Sam Grant is also here, so one player left.
I believe
For
Marcos was playing before, actually,
he
or at
was
least
playing
one of
first
the
round.
rounds.
Yeah, he played first round. He didn't play second round. Now he is back in third round. They have uh they have self-destructed, but still lacking a player. Okay, Raf joins too. All right, so the third round begins again in the same map, Barda. And interestingly enough, we see Rom on a Wasp instead of a Hornet. That is That was unexpected.
Yeah, and he's using that high power rail alteration, so he
Yep.
does a
Well,
ton of damage.
yep. And as soon, I mean, recently it has gotten a big buff which removes the penalty on the reload time. So it could be a decent choice, but I've spoken with some of the first league players, and they did say that they prefer the scout over the large caliber. But if Rom wants to go with it, he can go with it. But let's see if he's able to do anything with the Wasp. I mean, definitely I would pick Wasp over the Hornet because both of them have the same basic health on Mark 7 anyway. So why not choose the extra speed?
Meanwhile, Advice is playing with Striker now. It'll be
Ooh, yeah,
interesting to
that's
see how he utilizes that.
yeah. That is one of my favorite turrets. And on uranium as well. That is a very high damage combo. Like if you don't have protection against striker, that thing is gonna kill you in one shot.
Raf and Semgrand coming in with an attack, but it looks like Advice killed his own player, as did Semgrand. So they kind of destroyed their own attack there. And here's where the Wasp might be useful. He manages to pull flag by himself just because of his speed, and it drops it off to Ware. Oscar's behind
Yeah.
him, and oh wow, what a
Ooh.
shot!
Rom did an amazing job killing Marikos with that alteration. He did so much damage, and Marikos just went from about 80% HP to zero. So definitely have to look out for that alteration. Actually, Raf on the other team is using it too.
Drops off to Advice, who's pulling through the middle. Meanwhile, Ware actually sneaks in behind the blue base and pulls as well. Oh, can Oscar get there? I think he can.
Raf picks up the flag, and Oscar is being sandwiched right now by Easy Solo and Formative. This might be the first capture again
And
for full please.
you know,
Okay, so now we're gonna actually Sam Grant is gonna be swapped with LBJ6 now.
I think Full Please took advantage of that swap and managed to capture while they were five.
Yep, it was a very short amount of time, but they still managed to get some use out of it. Advice doing good shots with uranium there. He's free firing and everything. He's playing really well with it.
Yeah, pretty accurate.
Yeah, and you really have to be because those shots take a really long time to travel.
And here we see Rom going in again, sneaking into the blue base, and he might be able to pull flag here.
Ooh, that mine is not gonna be good for him.
Ooh.
Yeah, we definitely always see this happening. A Wasp is always able to pick up the flags in light format. Right now, Rom is using the same tactic. He's going sneakily. That has worked out for him, and with that high caliber rounds, he is just shredding most of the enemy team one shot.
So something that we haven't really talked about yet is the use of supplies, and I wanted to touch on that because there's some really interesting tactics that go with it. Of course, there's drops, but discounting those, um, it takes 10 seconds once a player spawns in order to get full drugs, and of course, full drugs is a lot more useful than just DA nitro or DP nitro.
Yep.
So one thing that I'm seeing both these teams doing very well, but especially Eternity, is they're taking their time and waiting to engage the enemy until they have full drugs.
Yep. That is definitely the one that's going to give them a lot more advantage over the other team. Now, almost gets the capture here. Marco's picking up the flag. And that particular, set of supplies that you have to use in a chain is quite difficult because You have to choose between double power or double armor, and then nitro, and then the other thing that you didn't use before. So sometimes it could result in bad because if you are, if you want to go for damage first, you take that, but you end up getting killed early. Right
Uh-oh.
now, Marcos was really close to getting the return here, but flag has now been dropped off to where that was a really change of circumstances. We saw almost Eternity getting the flag capture to Full Please getting almost the flag capture. Now we're again in a standoff position. Very well played by Rom once again, getting the flag in the nick of time.
Yeah, Rom really taking full advantage of the speed of his wasp. Yet another standoff position. And
Yep.
here we see Roth, Roth holding the flag with his railgun, so he can do a lot of long range damage, which is an intelligent decision by the Eternity players.
Yep. And actually, one thing that he has changed now, he has changed from large caliber to scout. Ooh, looks like Easy Soul is gonna go down here, but and there is a flag return. But Ware has started moving towards the enemy base already. Raph
Tease
was
goes to block
so
him.
close to death, but Rom was just not able to get the extra 1% off, and that's gonna be a capture for Eternity, putting the score in 1-1 equalized.
Man, this is a real back and forth game.
True. Even with the 1-0 lead by full plays, they are now down to equalize. But they still do have a great chance because I have seen Rom do a lot more better this round than previous rounds. And with that, Wasp, he can just get in and get out before you know it. So definitely should look out for him till the last seconds.
Speaking
Good
of, there's
attack.
about 2 minutes left, and Roth and Semgrand are going in for an attack.
Yep. And wow, that was a quick kill by Easy Solo.
That Vulcan did a whole lot of damage real fast.
Yep. Avites picks up the flag. He still has his first aid. He's going middle and is going to be able to. He's going to go down before he can drop the flag to anyone else.
Both teams have to be real careful here. One mistake can lead to a capture and a lost round.
True. Because especially for Eternity, because if they just forget about Rom for even a second, he is going to get the flag for sure. Now Ben Dallin and Ware going in for an attack. Ware's been taken out, so Ben Dallin can now go for the full Gauss shots. Decides to go from the back route. Don't know why. I think he just should have stayed there and done as much damage as he could. Advice in the meantime in the middle doing good damage, but gets taken out by Rom all the way from his own base.
Both teams seem to be playing pretty defensively here. Perhaps we'll see a final push, but at the moment it looks like they both are content with the draw. Although as I speak, it looks like full pleas are pushing with 3 players.
Yep, Rom just gets handled by Avatis right there. He's not gonna be able to do much. And Ware, on the other hand, is not getting the flag either. Oscar doing a good job holding him back. On the other hand, Advice has pulled the flag, but he's very low HP, and Ben Dallin is able to get the kill and the return.
Avatis doing a great job of clearing full pleas attackers, even though he was the only one left, and there were still 3 left. Just 30 seconds left.
Yep, Rom goes for the first supply as Nitro. He definitely wants to get another flag here, sneakily, but there is just no room for him to get that and get out. On the other hand, we have Raf who has pulled the flag, and Avatis is coming in for support. There's 15 seconds left, and if Avatis gets the flag, no, he doesn't. Informative is able to return. That was definitely necessary for full pleats.
That was a close one. They've got to be nervous about that. So what about this round? Do you see a difference in the players, or rather, do you think either team has an advantage with their turret and hull combos?
I definitely think that Sam Grand is a very, very good Magnum player. We have seen him use Magnum and hit almost every single one of his shots at full power, which is very difficult to hit when you are not able to turn. I mean, when he's using the rotation alteration, I think let's call it that. Yep. And but on the other hand, Rom is also doing good. And meanwhile, guys, also the forum is now open again. So make sure you enter your nicknames. We'll be picking the last set of winners after the fourth round. So yeah, coming back to the topic, yes, I do definitely think that one side we have good Magnum players, and on the other side we have good BP players. Rom who's able to sneak out from the base, but I think they are like losing that flag two times. Eternity is now aware of what he's doing, and I don't think they're gonna let make that same mistake of letting him go with the flag again.
I agree. I think Eternity have really adapted well to adapted their defensive strategy well. Um, I have to say, I personally I'm not a big fan of Magnum in this format just because it does less damage per second than almost any other hull, rather almost any other turret. Um, so Sumgrand really has to play perfectly in order for it to be effective.
Yep. That the one thing that most people don't know is if you shoot the magnum shot at 100%, the next shot is gonna reload a lot more quickly. So even in close range, if Sam Grant is using protection against himself, he can go close range and do damage there too. So it's like the wasp. He can probably one shot the wasp if he gets a good shot on him.
All of the Wasp is using Magnum protection, probably just for
Yep.
that reason, actually.
Yeah, I think he knows that if he wants to get out of there alive, he has to use the Magnum protection. So we are now gonna get started with round number four, the final round. Last round was a draw, so whoever wins this round is also gonna get 3 points. Let's see if it is gonna be full please and they can split the 6 points equally, or is it gonna be eternity and they take away the 6 points all for themselves.
And look at this. Full pleas are defending with five players, although Ware
Yep.
goes to push into their base. You know, one thing.
Yeah.
Sorry, go ahead.
Yeah, I was about to say Rom was alone in the attack there, couldn't do much. Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, one thing tactics wise is as we touched on before, it's players are most effective when they have full drugs. So one way of being really effective in defense is actually to push into the enemy base, because if you focus on their spawns, in spite of the slight delay in being able to shoot them, they'll only have one uh, one drug equipped, and you'll probably have three drugs equipped. So it'll be you'll be much more effective in stopping attacks by pushing into the enemy base.
Yeah. That was one of the main reasons Rom was able to pick up the first flags there. He was able to catch Marcos without any supplies, and he just, without high caliber round, he was able to one shot kill him and get out of there. Or else Marcos would have slowed him down and it would have been game over. And that's one thing that Avitis and Easy Solo can also take a big advantage on, because just how much high DPI they have. Sorry, DPS. Because Vulcan, if it locks like shoots at you and locks like targets you, you're next to dead.
Yeah, Vulcan is a special turret in that the damage per second is almost as high as the close range turrets like Freeze, Firebird, and Isida,
Yep.
and yet you can damage from a long way away, and that's why we've seen Easy Solo and Avatis Miguelian using Vulcan for all four rounds.
Yeah, and that's one of the turrets that has been used in almost every single round on almost every single setups match that we've had so far. There has not been a single match. I'm not gonna say there hasn't been. I think there was one or two where there was no Vulcans, but other than that, I think there has been every single time that they have not crossed that Vulcan.
Yeah, it's interesting. One way of dealing with Vulcan is to just cross it out as the first turret.
Yeah,
But
but
it seems like all the teams like their Vulcan too much to get rid of it.
yeah, and most of the times the Vulcan playing are same every time because you saw AJK was playing Rico earlier, but it's formative now. But for Vulcans, it's not like that. Vulcans are the same every single time, every single match, even if it's some other team. They usually stay the same. Not much of attacking going on from either sides. LBJ6 is gonna get the kill on the defenders here, and Raf gonna be able to pull. Rom actually misses his shot. This is why that firstly clans do not prefer to use large caliber because one shot missed is gonna be a big cost to your team.
Absolutely.
Now LBJ pulling the flag. Formative has been held back by Sam Grand, but he is gonna get the entry now.
Three blue
Avatis
players
gets a
going
good
for the
spawn.
flag.
Formative is able to pick up the flag, but he is out of supplies. Easy solo, unable to get to the flag, and that's a return and a capture.
That is a big capture for Eternity.
Yep, very good for them. They are now in a lead, but 6 minutes left is a lot of time for full plays to get back and get going. Let's see if Rom is able to sneak up, or is Eternity gonna be aware of him and not allow that?
And yet again, we see LBJ pushing into the blue team spawns. Meanwhile, Formative and Bim Dahlin are doing the same on the other side.
I definitely think that maybe one player on. Oh, actually, speaking about Rom pulling the flags, he has gotten the flag right now, but Oscar right behind him with the Smokey is going to be able to do good damage. Raf coming in from the other side too. Rom jumps down, and Rom
Man,
is
Rom
able
is
to deliver the
just
flag to
so
Formative.
evasive, so evasive.
Yep. Oh, but Oscar has been on his tail, and he's able to get the return, even though he did not have any Vulcan protection. And with that distraction, Avatis has pulled the flag on the other side. And that's going to be their second capture. Wow.
Man, that's a big turn of events for Eternity now. Now,
Yep.
Full Please have to really attack well in the next 5 minutes in order to secure the win or even a draw.
Yeah. I mean that moment again with Rom, they're definitely gonna be on their toes now because they cannot let this pass. They are in a good lead by two flags and they don't want to lose it. So Rom is now definitely gonna be one thing that they're surely gonna prioritize over anything else now.
Yeah, that Wasp is doing a whole lot of good for Full Please, and Eternity really need to focus on him.
Ooh, Oscar is able to pull the flag again. AJK is gonna go down. So is formative. So looks like a good attack coming in from Avatis, but Rom able to do that good damage with the large caliber. I think he should be able to get a kill on LBJ6 as well. He goes down to low HP, but Advice coming in to pick up the flag.
Meanwhile, Formative has pulled the flag into the other base. Advice is in trouble. There's two guys chasing him.
Ooh, formative should not go ahead alone. He is up against Avatis with protection, but he
Wow,
only just manages to win that duel. Only I think only because of Rom's large caliber shot there.
man,
Did a
that
crazy
was pretty
damage.
lucky.
Yeah, I mean, if they had lost that duel, it would have been game over. That would have been three flags for eternity, and after that point, you couldn't do much.
And right now, all Eternity have to do is just hold on to their flag and don't let it get returned for another minute or two, and they should be safe.
True. Easy solo going against Advice alone, and he's able to do not much damage.
You know, I'm jealous of Advice. Freeze was always one of my favorite turrets to play in esports, and he's making real good use of it.
Yep. It's yeah, that this is why this is one of my favorite like tournaments because that you get to play with almost with every single turret like they're not playing certain turrets only because they've been crossed out but at the beginning of the day you still have the opportunity to have picked whatever you wanted to play with. So I really do enjoy this setup way more than live format.
Yeah, I think each tournament, each format has its own its pluses and minuses. Wow, LBJ doing a whole lot of damage,
Ooh,
and Eternity might get a return here.
Yeah, Bindalen went wrong way and into the hands of Avatis, who was able to get a quick kill and return. Oscar only just manages to get the kill on formative, and
But
well,
easy
with
solo
the luck
coming
of
in
the
there.
mine. Well, Advice also spawning right behind Easy Solo. Oscar delivering the flag off to LBJ6 now.
Nice
And
drop
he
off
is,
there.
yep. He has bought his team quite some time, so maybe AJK and Bindalen will be able to pick up the flag here.
Yeah, and
From the last person.
I don't think Advice should be bringing the flag into their base right now. Seems pretty
Yeah.
dangerous.
Well, I mean, they have handled everything really well here. Only,
Oh, wow.
wow, even where is now that? And there gets this third capture with only 1 minute left. I think at this point, it is safe to say that Eternity have taken on the fourth round too, and they're going to be going away with 6 points from today's matches.
Absolutely. Their communication and their coordination have really been the difference in this match.
Indeed. Like they didn't allow a single flag capture from full plays on this map in the fourth round at all, which quite shows that how much they have learned from the previous rounds and are able to overcome and make sure they don't make any mistakes again.
Yeah, a really fantastic showing.
Muscular going for another capture here, although Easy Solo gets this one right behind him and is going to deny that.
15 seconds left, and it looks like the final score is going to be 3-0 in this round.
There is a code at the end of the streams, and note we do not do that kind of giveaways. We randomly select the winner, and they get a promo code directly sent to them. So that has been it for the round number 4. It goes in the favor of Eternity with a score of 3-0. And Eternity are going to leave today with 6 points. Tough luck for full plays. They did put up a good show, but they are going to go away with no points at all. So, yeah, thank you guys for watching. We'll be picking out the last 3 winners now. All right, the winners should be being picked right now. And they are Let's Win OK, PSC, and Tanker 4321. Congratulations, guys. As I said before, you guys will be receiving your promo codes very, very shortly in your forum PM. So make sure you log in there and check it out. So this has been it for today's stream. Thank you guys for watching. Thank you for Ben commentating alongside me. Thank you for Casper Knox for live streaming. Thank you for Cherry, Seal, and Loyalty for being helpful moderators in the chat. And yeah, see you later.
I'm walking alone, the streets are empty. The only thing I can see is my own silhouette. I'm getting stronger, step by step. The clock is ticking, but there's no time for regrets. I've been flying from town to town.